This is going to be a look at Marcus Peters' play in the Week 5 win over the Bengals. Of course, we know the Ravens had a lot of coverage alterations, some advancements, and some of the things they were doing. Certainly played a lot of zone, a lot of cover two. They really just follow the formula that the rest of the NFL's kind of laid out to defend the Bengals. It doesn't mean that's how you stop the Bengals. That's just how you limit their explosive plays and the explosive talent that they have and the ability to make plays downfield, particularly against cover three, man free, and all of those things where Burrow can throw the ball between the bottom of the numbers and the sideline and have virtually just a one-on-one, especially for those back shoulder fades to Jamar Chase, because he's so great at going up and getting the ball at the highest point, despite the body contact that he accepts from DBs. All right, let's look at some of the plays. I think I got 13 plays, mostly focused on Marcus Peters. Of course, we know he's the left corner for the Ravens. This is early in the game. I think second play of the game. And the thing I love about this is watch it. He's not backpedaling. Watch his foot right here. He's got his foot planted. Marcus Peters does incredible film study. There just can't be any doubt about it. He's in a track stance almost, guys. Like, there's no DB stance. There's no backpedal. He's looking. As soon as Burrow opens to that side, he's breaking now. I didn't see this during the game. Maybe I didn't. Maybe the angle view of the camera didn't show Marcus Peters. I'm surprised we didn't get like a hitch and go later where Burrow opens to that side. But it's like somebody said in the comments section to my reaction video. Once you saw Marcus Peters make multiple tackles, coming downhill, you kind of you knew he was really there to play. He really showed up, showed the type of talent that he's got, even after coming back from ACL injury. Man to man, looks like there's help over the top in terms of Chuck Clark rolling high. So he knows he's got help over the top. That means he can be real aggressive in this area here. And he does so. He was very handsy. I wouldn't be surprised if there was people who said he got away with some holds, some pass interference calls. But look, Jamar Chase is basically shoulder barging him right now. So it was a physical game. Jamar Chase will adjust the next time he plays Marcus Peters. Some of the physical, it didn't bother him, but Marcus Peters didn't back down at all. You have to do that with great players. You have to do that with guys with great talent. And when the coverage piece is there, then your pass rush piece works out. That's the stunt that we ran with Calais Campbell and Matabike, where Campbell sacked Burrow pretty violently. Third down stop, first possession. Now, this is another example of how brilliant Marcus Peters is in terms of recognition. Now, he doesn't really actually, he gets credit for the tackle here. There he is as Jamar Chase runs out of bounds. But look at all the guys that are here in pursuit. I mean, that's real pursuit. All right, now let's check this out. Watch what he does pre-snap. I'm not sure what this hand signal means, but he's recognizing something. And he's communicating to the defense, the other guys, what he thinks is happening. He could be saying wheel because he's putting his hands in a circle, right? So he could be indicating a wheel, like Jamar Chase going to run a wheel to this side. So he may be wrong, but at least he's communicating something. You need guys like that. You need 4 or 5 guys like that. JPP makes the play in terms of the physical standpoint. I'm just saying to you, there is an element to Marcus Peters' game that is mental recognition. And some people would call it anticipation. It's not anticipation if it's based off of film study, if it's based off of hours of your own work, hours of your own observation, and then just recognizing the situation in the game. A tackle on third down, this is that, somewhat unique empty formation that the Bengals use where they take the running back, and he's not out of the backfield. So you may say, well, it's not empty, coach. Yeah, but he's not going to run the ball when he's forward of the quarterback. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anybody figure out how to do that yet, unless it's a shovel pass, which I've never seen the Bengals do. So this unique version of empty, this was huge because Hayden Hurst is a monster now, man. This is a 3rd and 8, tackle for a 5-yard gain. Hurst chips the outside linebacker. For whatever reason, Burrow doesn't want to. It's a flood, basically. So Hurst is going out into the flats. Jamar Chase looks like he's going to go to the sideline. Then I think he kind of sits it up. And then you have this guy running the clear out route. So essentially, it's flood. And Peters is smart. He knows he's got safety help over the top. It's another example of a Tampa 2 by the Ravens. Here's your Mike linebacker who will be running the pipe or between the hashes. Peters is your flat defender. Humphrey is your flat defender. We'll have a little bit to say about Humphrey. I mean, he's playing great. He's just not getting targeted. I don't think you guys want to watch him play, cover people on the backside, unless he's doing something like this, I guess, knocking the receiver down, totally taking away one side of the field from Joe Burrow. It's a great play by Marcus Peters, who, at one point in time had a reputation for, not being willing to tackle. Maybe his tackling is inconsistent, but man, guy showed up Sunday night. Pepe Williams, another guy. I'm going to digress a little bit. Show two plays of Pepe. This is another third down, 3rd and 14, and that's Hayden Hurst again. Hayden Hurst is huge now. Again, he's assigned to chip the end. In this case, JPP stunted inside, so he's not going to chip him. And then he just slips out into the flat. Same concept, pretty much, except it looks like they're setting up an out and up here by 83. You guys see what I mean? So it looks like they want to show like a chip out into the flats, and they want to show Boyd on the out, and then the clear out route by Thomas. But Boyd's going to turn this upfield, and Marcus Peters stays on top of it. He's too smart for that. Pepe is he's so willing to stick his nose in there for being a smaller guy. We've got a keeper there, if you ask me. He's a guy who has the same mentality as Marcus Peters. He might even be a little bit more aggressive, for real. All right, we're going to talk about the coverage of Humphrey and Peters on this play. This is the go fade to Thomas. Yeah, there's some separation. Peters is, a little slow in his turn here, but he recognizes, and got to give Collinsworth credit. He did cover this well. I didn't really enjoy listening to him, but Thomas is in the air, and Peters knows as soon as the ball gets to him, I can just push him out of bounds. It's a great catch by that guy. It's a great play by Marcus Peters to make sure that it's incomplete. All right, up to the top side, you got Jamar Chase running a vertical. Marlon Humphrey's with him step for step. And the cool thing about Marlon, he's doing this a lot this year, and he's done this in the past. I'm not saying it's a drastic change for him in terms of technique, but he's running with the receiver, and his eyes are able to see the quarterback. So you'll see him gear down in a moment. As soon as Burrow lets go to football, you see Marlon gear down because he recognizes, that he's not being targeted. And it's either going to be a touchdown or incomplete. I guess we're intercepted, right? A great tackle by Marlon up here. This formation gave us fits. The running back and the tight end on the same side. So it's twin slot A. So the twins are down here. The tight end is in the slot, and the running back is on the same side. So all that can be communicated with short terminology, twin slot A. Watch Marlon Humphrey come up and make the tackle. Just basically slice out Hayden Hurst's legs. Short gain, second and 10. Turns into a 3rd and 7. I think they got the first down on the next play. But that's a beautiful tackle. And again, that's recognition only available to him because that's a big leap. I've never really seen Marlon do that with his feet. You see how he's almost like he's skipping rope over the 15-yard line. But as he's in his back pedal and he's reading these routes, you got the out, and then you got presumably something like that from the slot. Marlon's eyes are back here, so because he has leverage, because he's playing zone, he can do that. One of the cool things I think about the Ravens playing more zone against the Bengals is it allowed our guys to use their eyes more as opposed to playing man, where you just basically locked up with a talented receiver like a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, or Boyd. All right, pass interference on Peters up top. And I do think that the broadcast team covered it well. I mean, we were holding at some point. I'm not sure if we had. Yeah, we still appear to have be holding Jamar Chase's jersey. It's not as bad as it looks for real, but definitely right there in terms of it either should be called or it's really close to it. We got the same thing down here with Marlon. And I think that's the thing about the Ravens, the way they played Sunday night. They were playing physical. They're playing physical on defense. They're making contact with people, not just letting them have free releases. Free releases by Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd, that'll just kill you. So that gave the Bengals a first down on a 3rd and 3. I don't have a problem with that call. I really don't. All right, a back shoulder fade up top to Chase. There's nothing there. It's incomplete. And this is what they want, being the Bengals. This is what they want. They want to be able to throw the back shoulder fade. And this is an adjustment that they made. So give them credit on this. The way we're playing this formation, again, is twin slot A. So you got twins down here. The slot is the tight end, and the back on the same side. Earlier in the game, we were having trouble with the run fits. So Chuck is just reading the tight end and the tackle. Well, watch the look they give him. Possible run look, and he's also got a clear view of the quarterback meshing with the running back, so he steps up. So now we've got Marcus Peters soloed up. That's because earlier in the game, and in another video I'll cover it, Chuck comes up on a run play and makes the tackle for like a 4-yard gain inside that C gap, inside between the tight end and the tackle. So give the Bengals credit too. They saw some things we were doing and they tried to adjust to it. All right, another play by Pepe Williams down here. How amazing is it that we drafted a DB in the 4th round that a lot of people hadn't heard of? He's out here tackling Jamar Chase. Great play by him to beat the left tackle. The left tackle's trying to get here, wall Pepe this way to give Jamar Chase the opportunity to cut it back off of, that inside out block. Pepe defeats the block, gets pushed in the back, still makes the tackle. He's a great draft pick. Like, that guy brings energy. I could see him being a star, within a year or two, to be honest with you. Got 2 more plays here. This is incredible recognition by Marcus Peters. He's lined up over Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase motions down from right to left. And he recognizes the play. I don't even know that I've seen the Bengals run this play. If you've seen the Bengals run this play, let me know, because I have not. But he understood there was nothing he was going to be able to do with Jamar Chase, running in motion this way. So there's no reason for him to overcommit. I think the Bengals were like a little cute or something down inside the 10 because they had the shovel pass, which for whatever reason I'm not showing you in this video. They had this play, and then they had a little pick rub screen. Like, they really don't seem to trust their O-line in terms of trying to generate yards, down in short yardage situations, somewhat similar to us, right? Philly special, I guess is what you call it. Great recognition by Peters. He's just going to take off running. He gets a sack credit for this because this is a passer. At this point, Boyd is a passer. They've got a complimentary route developing from the backside, and we've got great coverage on it by who else? Pepe Williams. And Marlon seems to be covering Pepe as well. Unbelievable play, man. That one really, really put a damper on what could have been a big touchdown drive by them. All right, 2 more plays, and these are going to focus on Marlon, and then I think 1 more play of Pepe. Peters is down at the bottom of the screen. Peters plays a little bit more games than Marlon does. Peters will kind of line up tight and then back off, or he'll line up off and then move up, just playing games with the quarterback. Marlon's kind of just like, I'm here, let's go. And, just let's be real. He had situations like this. Jamar Chase beat him on one that I think I'm going to show you in a moment. But he blanketed Jamar Chase numerous times. Jamar Chase is one of one. He's an extremely unique talent. Like, if you play this coverage against him, it's entirely possible that he catches it and takes it to the house because magical things just seem to happen on 50-50 balls by him. But, man, this dude's locked in. Like, I can't. I hope nobody gives him credit. I hope nobody gives Marlon Humphrey credit this year until after the Super Bowl. All right, again, press man on Chase. When you see this little skip release by him, that's usually an indicator that it's going to be a back shoulder fade, at least in my experience. So he's read the coverage now, looks back, the ball's already out. Virtually impossible for Marlon to defend. I think he did a nice job on it. It was 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. So give them credit. And I think they scored a touchdown on that drive. This video the title was about Marcus Peters. Most of the gameplay, at least in terms of me talking and analyzing, was about Marcus Peters. But, man, the whole DB core played great. Chuck Clark did some great things. Geno Stone played great. I thought I saw him twice knife in on run. One was a run play, one was a pass play, and get involved. Like, he's got a burst, him being Geno Stone. Getting back to Peters, this is one of the more memorable games. There's a lot of – in his career, he's had a ton of great plays, right? Great individual plays. To me, this is right up there with that Monday night game where the Ravens went out to California and destroyed the Rams. And he was talking stuff to everybody, confronted a fan who was talking stuff to him, I believe. This is right up there in terms of the complete nature. He set the tone. JPP set the tone for the front 6, and Marcus Peters set the tone for the DB group. Being physical with Chase. Yeah, he drew 2 penalties, I think. He could have drawn a 3rd. I thought there was a 3rd one in there. But being physical, making those guys work a little harder, he let them know this is not 2021. It's entirely possible we go up there to Cincinnati the last week of the regular season and lose. That's entirely possible. That's a really talented football team. They're gonna figure some things out in terms of attacking the cover two, particularly the Tampa two. But I love the Ravens' tactical adjustments. And if you ask me, Marcus Peters looks like a coach on the field. I can understand why last year in the preseason, Wink had Marcus Peters call the defense for like a whole half because the guy's gifted. Well, let me rephrase that. Things that look like gifts sometimes is just a manifestation of an incredible amount of work. And Marcus Peters, if you ask me, does an incredible amount of film study work, along with, technique and being athletically gifted, strong, having great conditioning, all of those things. But I'm talking about his commitment to research for the films for the team they're playing in terms of film study, the weekend before or early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, before the first practice of the week. I think he's a special player. And then on top of all that, for him to have had a quad injury the week before, that just puts it over the top. I'm not sure what award it's called that they're going to give him for last week's performance for being injured and like tough guy award or something like that. I heard he deserves it. Leader of our team, if you ask me. Marlon is a great player. Lamar is generational. Don't get me wrong. Mark Andrews is a monster. For me, this team goes as Marcus Peters goes. If Marcus Peters is playing like this team can beat anybody. You guys let me know what you think of my breakdown of some of the plays, the coverages, and the reactions of our players, and then what you think of my final thoughts there. Appreciate you guys checking the video out.